All right, what is going on YouTube? How's it going? My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader, and this is the Jim of All Trades channel. I trade from an Elliott Wave perspective. I love Elliott Wave. It's not the only, obviously, it's not the only tool we use, but on this channel, it's what we focus on. Okay, support and resistances and moving averages and many other strategies that we use for technical analysis, guys. I'll leave that to the other guys and the other channels. I focus in on the Elliott Wave perspective. And so that's what you're going to get. Should be part of your daily watch list so that you can kind of see what's going on. Elliott Wave with Bitcoin. So there you go. We're going to jump into the chart here. I'm on the hourly chart, and man, it's sideways, man. It is sideways. Don't forget what's about to be said is not financial advice. Never intended to be so. So let's jump in. Okay. So what are we looking at? We are looking at a slow market. It is, from our big dump here, we've had to move back up into a range here that's just we've been going sideways in. Some small moves, some big moves, but basically it is just sideways through this pattern. So, what can we expect to continue? Well, let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, we've got a couple of scenarios that we talked about yesterday. We got three basically scenarios that are still possibilities. Since yesterday's video, the market hasn't really changed a whole lot, to be honest with you. But I'll get into what this wave is, and I'll tell you what I think it's gonna do. But that being said, okay, so probably one of the counts I like the best right now is this count right here. I'm going to change the color of that. I've been liking my lime green color. Yeah, there you can really see it nicely. Beautiful. I like this as a running flat, and then this is heading up from here. I really like that count just because it just looks right. It's right to the eye. Is it the right count? I'm not certain about that. But what would that be? What would the count be if that's the case? Well, we have this. This is a three wave. Okay, that's a three wave move to the upside. Then this is a three wave move sideways. It's a corrective wave. Okay, and now what we need to see is another three wave move to the upside. Okay, that's basically what we need to be seeing, and we need to come up to this range right in here, this structure point and this structure point. Those are going to be our target areas, really, for going up. Okay, now let me see if I can get this junk off the chart. Whoa, there we go. All right, let me explain to you guys how I do what I do, and just to give you some insight. Okay. The market, and if you haven't watched my trading night school course, you might check that out. I've got a course in Elliott Wave, basically kind of the basics of Elliott Wave, corrections and impulses. I go through extensively. So yeah, you might check that out. We do a lot of practice, and I do a lot of counting and showing those structures in real time on the Bitcoin chart. Okay, so basically there are two types of structures pretty much in an Elliott wave structure. Okay, you've got a five wave impulse. It's five waves. Okay, it could go up or it could go down. All right, and then you have a three wave corrective. Okay, so there are three wave structures and there are five wave structures. And you hear me talking about all the time. That's a three wave structure. That's a five wave structure. Okay, and that's important. Okay, because an impulse wave really it generally, unless, I mean, now you can get impulse waves on corrective structures, okay, but on the smaller, in the micro count of a corrective structure. That being said, though, on this larger scale, we ask ourselves, well, what kind of structure are we looking at? Is it a five wave or is it a three wave? If it's a five wave, it's going to have a tendency to continue on in the direction of that wave, okay? Whereas if it's a three wave, it's a corrective type wave, and so basically it's going to finish this correction and then continue the trend that it was going in before this corrective wave. And so when I look at this, one of the first things I ask is, okay, what kind of structure do I see? Well, right there I see oh, come on. I see, sorry guys, there we go. I see a three wave structure right there. Okay, now three wave structures, there are other aspects that we need to understand. They need to measure correctively. So as I measure this guy right here, you can see that we come up to the 1-to-1 extension and not quite to the 1-to-7 extension. That is a corrective type measurement. So we got a three wave and it measures correctively. Okay, so that's giving me a clue that this wave that we're on is not impulse to the upside. Rather, it is a corrective structure based upon that is correcting this huge move to the downside. Okay, so that being said, I believe this is a corrective wave. Now, how big is this corrective wave going to be? Because really, we have corrective waves all in this thing. Okay, let me just show you all the corrective waves. This was going. Come on. This came down impulse. There's a corrective wave. Okay. This came down impulse. There's a corrective wave. Okay. Impulse, corrective wave. Okay. So we have corrective waves on different time frames. Okay, so that's a correction, and this is a larger correction. Okay, that's what we've got. Now we're waiting for this correction to finish before it continues the impulse to the downside. The question is it done? Well, we do have a finished three wave. Corrections need to be three waves, and they need to finish. They need to measure. So we have a finished three waves. So the question we ask then is this ready to come down? Is this a 1, 2? Is that a 1, 2? Basically, is this a 1, 2 to the downside? And then we're going to continue down now, or is there more upside to come in this correction? Well, the next question we ask is, okay, well, what kind of correction do we have here? Well, obviously we've got a finished three wave right there. That's done. Now the question is now, what is this wave right here? Well, when I zoom into the smaller time frames as I just analyze this, guys, I'm just telling you how the thought process that goes into what I share every day. I don't always share this. I'm just drawing lines on the chart saying this could happen, this could happen. And guys, I guess what I'm doing is showing you that it's not guessing, and it's not just trying to willy-nilly drawing lines on a chart, but rather I'm taking Elliott Wave principles that I'm very familiar with, that I know from like the back of my hand, and I'm saying, okay, this could happen or this could happen based upon knowledge. Now I'm not sharing all that knowledge with you all the time, although this video I am, but you have to be willing to watch it and learn. But hopefully this is helpful to you. So anyway, so as I begin to look at the nature of this wave, if we're going down, I need to see 5 waves, okay? I need to see a 5-wave impulse to the downside, and it has to measure impulsively, and it has to follow the rules of an impulse. So I see 1, 2, 3 waves right there. Then I get this big old correction. This wave right here comes into this wave right there. So this couldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It could not be that, because there's a rule that says the 4th wave, get out of my view. There we go. The 4th wave cannot retrace into the territory of the 1 wave. So that breaks a rule there. So what we have really here is a 3-wave move. So we're just going to start compiling what we have. And then I've got another 3-wave move. Okay. Well, excuse me. Then we have a 3-wave move to the downside. And then we get this 5-wave move to the upside. Okay. Now, let me just show you what. Well, there we go. Sorry about that. Let me just show you what that looks like to me. Well, I got a 3-wave move here. Now I'm going to count this whole thing as a 3-wave move, and that could be what we call an expanded flat, or a flat, I should say. This doesn't break the low there. Okay, so that could be an expanded flat there, so it's this thing. I'm having a hard time, guys. This thing right here is a structure all its own. Okay, it's a 3-wave move. Okay, we got a 3-wave move there, and then a 3-wave move here. Don't like the symmetry there, but it is what it is. And so now, what we would expect when we get a 3-wave and then a 3-wave, we should get we could get a 5-wave to the downside, and that would be a 3-3-5, and that would be a flat. Okay, let me show you what that would be. That would be a larger flat, like so. Can't you see it? There we go. So basically, no, that's not correct. There, where this low did not break the low of A, so this would be a running flat. Okay, so that's potential. That's a way to interpret that wave. That's one way, and we talked about that yesterday. If that's the case, then let me show you what we have from a larger standpoint. This 3-wave is finished. Oh, come on. This 3-wave is done. Then we've got a 3-wave there. That's finished. And now this is a 5-wave move to the upside. We would expect a 3-wave, and then we're going to get another 5-wave. And that would give us a 3-wave move. And that would finish, guys, our WXY correction. Since this is a correction, this would be a This would be a complex correction, okay? This would be a complex correction which is designed to eat time, okay? So that would be a W. Then we get our X wave, and then we get our Y wave up in our regions up to the upside. Okay, so that's a possibility. Okay, I can't say that that's going to happen. I'm just saying that that's from an Elliott wave standpoint. Looking at what we have, that is possible. Okay, all right. What else could it be? Let me finish that wave right there. Okay, there we go. I'll just get that off the screen. Okay, what else could it be? Well, again, just trying to figure this wave out here. A couple things of note. Number one, that this did not break the high here. Okay. However, I don't know that that's a big deal. I was thinking maybe this is a 1-2, but it can't be a 1-2 because that's not 5 waves. The one wave needs to be 5 waves. It isn't 5 waves. That's a 3-wave move. A 3-wave move. Okay. So the other thing that we could get is a 3-wave. Instead of getting a 3-3-5 here, we could get a 3-3-3. Okay, and the way that would look here is this. We have a 1-2-3, got a 1-2-3, and now this is a 1-2. It might not be finished, and then we got a 3 that still needs to come on down. Okay, so this might not be finished. It could be finished. I'm not certain. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and we're still waiting on a spike to the upside. Then we get our down move, or it is finished and we're getting a down move now. Now that down move could be a 3-wave move, and then we go up from there, considering our running flat that I just shared with you. I know it's getting confusing now. Let's see. So the running flat scenario that I just shared with you, this is finished. We go up from here. The way we would go up here is 1, 2, 3 like that, 3 waves like so. We would expect a 3-wave move after a 3-wave move following this 5-wave. Then we got a 3, and then we would expect another 5-wave. That would have to be a 5, a 3, and a 5. Okay, that would be the way that would come. Now, if it's not finished, this is going to break to the upside here. We're going to finish out a 5-wave move. Okay, I don't want it to break this top. I really don't. So I'd like to see this 5-wave move finish, and then I want to see another 5-wave move to the downside, and that would be a 5-3-5 like that. And that would finish our larger W, X, and a Y. That Y wave needs to be 3 waves. Okay, so yeah, lots here, guys. I understand, and I know it can be confusing, but I'm just showing you what actually goes into charting and doing what I do for you every day and keeping it concise and real. So hopefully this video is helpful to you. Now, the other option I mentioned yesterday is that this is a triangle. Okay, that triangle needs to be 3 waves on every wave. Okay, so this is 3 waves. That's 3 waves. You could interpret that as 3 waves. And then we got to interpret that as 3 waves as well. I don't like that at all, to be honest with you. I don't like the shape. I don't like anything about it, but it could be a triangle, I imagine. This would be nope. This would be A, B, C. Nope. Try again. A, B, C would have to come here. D and E, and then we going up from there. So guys, any way you look at it, any way you slice it, I see up. I see we're going to hit I feel like, I believe, based upon the structures that I'm seeing, everything's pointing up to this region up here, okay? Everything's pointing up to this region up here. But how we get there is the hard thing. This is the question mark we have. Do we come down here to the $5,300 mark region first and then go up there, or do we just go up from here? We could just get a 3-wave pullback and then we go up from here. So that's the big question mark. I can't tell you what's going to happen. What we need to have is what needs to happen is this needs to show us what it's doing. Okay, once we understand, if we break the low here, fine. If we come down to 3 waves, don't break the low, and then we reverse. Okay, that's going to tell a big story there. So don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But I've given you things to look for, things to watch. Lots in this video. I know it could be confusing. So what I want you to do is rewatch the video if you're confused, just so you understand. I'm not looking for you to understand everything I just did or said, but I guess part of my goal here is just to kind of explain to you. This is is hard stuff, okay? And learning the rules and the application of the rules, takes years. Okay, it's taken me years to get this proficient at Elliott Wave, it's not like I can tell you definitively where we're going unless I can only in certain circumstances only see one scenario. If I can only see one scenario, then I can be pretty certain with the TA. But here I can see three scenarios, really two scenarios. So and everything's pointing up. All three scenarios that are pointing to the upside, but how we get there, I can't say for certain. So I'd like to see. I'm not trading this right now, so I'd like to see what this is going to do first. If this is going to come down to 50, guys, if this comes down to $5,200, $5,300, I'm in long for sure. Unless wave structure says, hey, we're going down more. But I doubt that. I doubt that. I think we're going to get a move to the downside and then up, okay, or a smaller move to the downside and then up. So those are my two options for now. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Hope that's helpful to you. That's the wave outlook. That is the surf advisory on these waves. Okay, I hope you enjoy the channel. And hey, the beginning of the month is here. So if you guys want to join the Telegram group, it's a good time to do that. Just become a Patreon subscriber, Patreon supporter in the description below. All right, you guys have a fantastic evening. We'll talk to you later. Signing off from my job site. I'm going to be here all night mudding walls. So we'll talk. Y'all think about me while I'm mudding walls while you're watching charts in your living room. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.